If you never tried Dragon Age Origins, you may want to if you have the time. It is a fantastic, wonderful video game. And if you have tried it, then you understand at least a bit the title of this video. I still remember the first time I played it. It had dragons, obviously, swords, axes, medieval Jedis, war, fireballs, and other very interesting things for a 14-year-old boy. But that younger me, with his pitiful attempt at a mustache and questionable musical tastes, had no idea what he was getting into. To date, I have played Dragon Age Origins more than 15 times. Yes. I have tried all the origins of the main character, races, classes, all possible decisions, side quests, DLCs, all the romances, and hundreds of mods. Some of which I'm not very proud of. And still, I will play it again, because Dragon Age Origins is one of those games you're never done with. And I don't mean reaching the end. I've obviously reached the credits every time I play, and I don't skip them like any decent person. I mean that I always have the feeling that the next time I play it, it could be different. And yes, it's true that this game gives you many options and variations from start to finish, which in itself makes it a game worth replaying 2 or 3 times, not 5, 10 or 15. Dragon Age Origins has a lot of content, but it's not infinite. This game was made in a time when missions and worlds were created by people. The procedural generation was not yet widespread, like nowadays that is repeated so often at video game conferences that it is starting to procedurally generate in me the urge to change hobbies and go grow onions far away from society. So, if the game is what it is and doesn't change, why do we return to it? What changes in this equation each time you play it? Exactly. The mods. Now, seriously, the one who changes is obviously you. Dragon Age Origins is not just a video game where your decisions affect this world, they also affect your inner world. It's a mirror that asks you difficult questions, presents you with complex themes, and then leaves you with the choice of what to do or say. Let's go with some examples. Mages live locked in towers, deprived of freedom, unguarded by religious fanatic tanks. Because their power, if misused, is a great threat to society. They go to the extent of subjecting some mages to a procedure to make them tranquil, depriving them of any emotion, a magical lobotomy basically. Younger me believed they should be free, because my only serious source of empirical information was the Star Wars, and there the mages were good, mostly. A couple of years later, I changed it and agreed with controlling the mages, because I was in my emo phase where I believe we were all evil inside, because hormones, I think. A few years and haircuts later, I was again convinced they should be free, because I also wanted to be freer at that moment in my life. And today, I don't know what I will choose this time. On the one hand, I understand that rules are important for the societies we create to function. But I also believe that everyone deserves the freedom and opportunity to do good with the tools they have. And then there is the defeated semi-functional adult who lives in my head and tells me that he sees nothing wrong with rent-free all-inclusive, where others make decisions for you. But I try not to listen to that voice too often. There is also the situation in Ozama, the home of the dwarves and a tremendously classist society, where at a certain point you will have to choose which dwarf sits on the throne. The bad one of questionable honor and excessive ambition, but full of new ideas that might be exactly what this dwarven society needs to finally advance. or the good and wise one, respectful of tradition. But not all of those traditions are good. Depending on what stage of my life I have been in, I have chosen one or the other, but it always makes me think, perhaps more than any real presidential election, which makes me question if I really deserve the right to vote. The elves and werewolves of the Brazilian forest will make you think about the limits of revenge. Is it necessary to tell Athres what happened to his wife to keep him peace? Or tell Filda what her son became? In your initiation as a Grey Warden, you question where you are getting yourself into because suddenly they are no longer the good medieval Jedis, and your master is no longer Mr. Nice Guy Qui-Gon Jinn. Sten makes you think if everyone truly deserves redemption despite the terribleness of their crime. If you ask me one day, I can tell you that Logan is the great villain of the game. But the next day, I might respond that he is the true hero actually. And there are many more examples, but I think the point is clear. Dragon Age Origins is one of those games you never finish, because every time you play it, you're no longer who you were before, and every decision feels different. This only happens when developers dare to make a game where the line between good and evil, right and wrong, is drawn by you, not by code. It only occurs when we are confronted with those questions we tend to avoid in our daily lives. While editing this video, I'm installing the game again, thinking about what character I will use, downloading some essential mods, and I don't know what decisions I will make this time, but I want to reach those moments to realize how much I have changed, beyond a few extra pounds and some back pain.
Change is coming to the world. Many fear change and will fight it with every fiber of their being. But sometimes, change is what they need most. Sometimes, change is what sets them free.
Well, that was my first video. Wow! If you also return from time to time to this game, or any other, leave it in the comments. I would very much like to know that I am not the only one who sometimes prefer to go back to the same old video game instead of finally trying that game you bought 3 years ago and that is rotting in your Steam library. In any case, I sincerely hope this video was worth your time, and really thanks you for watching. You can also subscribe if you want, and if not, it's okay. Maybe next time. Take care, don't stay up too late, drink water and all the stuff. See you in the next video. Bye.